Hey there, OU. I'm Ariana Heyman, and welcome to a new episode of Explore OU, where we take a look at some of the fun activities happening around OU and much more. On today's show, we check out a brand new installment of Full Court Press, where host Patty Cesarini interviews Jonas Cantrell, a member of the Oakland men's swimming and diving team. Get a look at Oakland University's Fall Day of Service event, meet the Dean of Students, Michael Wadsworth, in another installment of 20 Questions with the Dean, showcase the people of Oakland with a look at OU Has Talent, and finally, we'll check back in with our very own Tommy and Tyler to talk about Christmas and the newest edition of Tommy and Tyler on the Town. So stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. We're starting today's show with the latest edition of Full Court Press, where host Patty Cesarini sits down with Jonas Cantrell of the men's swimming and diving team to learn about who he is and his role on the team.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Full Court Press. I'm your host, Patty Cesarini, and today I am sitting down with OU men's swim and dive. Jonas Cantrell, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
So you have plenty of accolades from high school, including state championships. You come here your freshman year, your Horizon League Freshman of the Year. What was that like for you? Absolutely
insane. Transitioning to this level, I didn't think it was a possibility that I could, and then just slowly over time, I was like, maybe I got a shot at this. And then I just kept working, kept going for it.
So it's not only like that physical aspect that you need to have, but also that mental part, right? So what is your mentality like preparing for these events?
Mentality is about 50% of swimming. And I know it's weird to say considering swimming's very difficult to do, but you just got to get in the right mindset. You just got to get in the mindset of like whatever happened, whatever you did last year, state champ, whatever, you just got to like kind of let it go. And you got to look to the future, and you got to go for that. Got to go for what you can do next and improve on it.
You got to keep building, like you said. You guys have a crazy schedule. You know, you have 2-a-day practices, weights. You are a mechanical engineering student. That's your major. How do you keep up with all of it?
Some days it's a struggle. You kind of really just have to like take 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and you just like, I have 20 minutes, what can I do? Do I need to sleep for just like a power nap? Do I have an assignment I can do, work on? You just stick to your schedule as best you can.
So when you do feel those moments of like pressure or kind of this overwhelming sense, how do you combat that?
I know I'm not going through it alone. I got 3 roommates, who are all going through it with me. They're all struggling like me, and so we kind of just lean on each other when we need to, and we help each other out when we need it.
Lean on your teammates. I mean, you guys have a ginormous team.
We do have a very large
team,
yeah.
Very successful. You guys are off to a good start this season. You had a couple first place finishes. How are you going to sustain that?
I can't be satisfied with what I've done. I have to look at where I can go from here. Obviously, we have Horizons coming up. Then we have NIC/NCAAs. So that's where we're looking right now. We're going to try to get to the next stage and just do as much damage as we can up there.
Yeah, you guys are looking for another Horizon League championship, right? You guys are undefeated in the Horizon League. But what are your personal goals for this year?
I would hopefully like to qualify for NCAA. I would like to get below, there's a certain benchmark in the 500, it's 420. I would like to get below that and just kind of get closer and closer, as close as I can to getting into NCAAs.
Yeah. So I kind of want to backtrack you to more of like a childhood aspect. You are a freestyle swimmer. What made you pick the free?
So when I first started swimming in 7th grade, I think they thought I was going to be a sprint breaststroker. So
very different.
For about a year of my middle school years, I was swimming breaststroke mainly and kind of forgetting about freestyle. And then right at the end of the year, at 7th grade, my coach put me into the 2 free, which is now one of my main events. And I did a lot better than I was ever doing in breaststroke. And she was like, maybe we can try this out for you next year. Right. And then it was just kind of ever since then, it was just freestyle is the main objective.
And is that your favorite stroke?
Yes.
Is there any other one that you would even think about doing?
I do like butterfly, but
oh my God.
It's not quite where my freestyle is, so I don't really have too big of a shot of swimming it anywhere. But I enjoy it.
Have you ever been thrown into a position where someone went down and they needed you to kind of do it?
Yeah, at the Atlantic 10 Challenge in Spire Institute, it's in Geneva, Ohio, I think. One of our breaststrokers went out, and so they actually needed me to swim sprint breaststroke in a relay.
So it kind of went back to 7th grade, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So before we go, we're going to play a little this or that just to kind of get your personality out there to the crowd.
Okay.
Right? So guac or salsa?
Guac, 100%.
Flat, hands down. Board games or video games?
I would say video games with other people, but if you're doing video games alone, it's not
boring.
Yeah.
Okay. Call or text?
Text.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like calling people. I don't like the sound of my voice, so.
Well, you're gonna hear it eventually. Cake or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Okay, what about ice cream cake?
Like an ice cream sandwich or like?
No, like an ice cream cake.
I guess I've never had one.
Really? Come on, seriously?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a big.
It's kind of good.
Oh, I'll try it then.
Cheeseburger or a hot dog?
Cheeseburger.
Okay. Disney World or Legoland?
Disney World.
Have you ever been to Legoland?
No.
Okay.
But
yeah,
my mother is a very big Disney fanatic.
Oh, okay, so you guys go a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Beach or pool?
For what activity? Relaxing or like?
Yeah, we'll take you out of your pool, your traditional.
Okay. Then I would go to the beach.
Pool. Okay. Jonas, thank you so much for being here with me today. Good luck the rest of this season. We are pulling for another Horizon League championship for you guys. And that is it for this episode of Full Court Press. We will see you next time.
We always love hearing from the fantastic athletes right here on our campus. Make sure you tune in next time to hear from our next guest athlete. Every semester, OU's Office for Student Involvement hosts a university-wide day of giving back. The OSI teams with other groups on campus like SPB to provide food and supplies for students and staff to come and create gifts and encouragements for others in the community, including activity books, ornaments, and more. Let's check out the highlights from this semester's Day of Service.
Yeah, so today we have OU Day of Service. Have different tables set up with different service projects for students, staff, faculty, really anyone to come in, give back to the community in simple ways. Like coloring, writing cards. Making gift bags, really doing whatever. So really a big fun day to get back to the community. Easy ways, we like to do it because there's always some way to get back to the community. And so we think that any way that we can provide people on campus the opportunity to do that all day long, come on out. So.
The Day of Service is always such a good opportunity to take time and give back to the community. In our next segment, we get to sit down with another dean to hear more about themselves and their work here at Oakland in another installment of 20 Questions with the Dean. This time, we meet the Dean of Students, Michael Wadsworth. Let's see what he had to say.
I am from a small town called Durham, Michigan, which is about an hour north of here. So I have a bachelor's degree in history with a minor in political science from right here at Oakland University. And then I have a master's degree in educational administration from Kent State University. I'm a helper. At heart, that's what my true commitment is. I'm here to help other people, whether it's at work, whether it's in my personal life. I'm always trying to help other people. So I'm a facilitator. I always see my role as facilitating change and action, and at the same time trying to create future leaders. Oakland's always been my home. I spent 5 years here as an undergraduate student, and And so I always dreamed of coming back to Oakland University to work, and was very fortunate in 2014 to be able to do that. So I came here in 2014 as the Assistant Dean of Students and Deputy Title IX Coordinator. In 2018, I was fortunate enough to be promoted to the Dean of Students. But even before that, as an undergraduate student in the early 90s, I worked in the Office of Orientation as an orientation group leader. I worked as a diversity intern in the Dean of Students office, and I even worked for facilities management on the grounds crew. To me, my favorite thing at OU is the people. I'm amazed every day at the people that I meet, the people that I get to work with, the students that I get to meet year in and year out. Just amazed every day that I step onto campus at the awesome people that I get to meet. Hamlin Circle is definitely my favorite place. I lived in Hamlin Hall the entire time I was a student, and so anytime I'm over and around that area, it brings back a lot of those great memories from living on campus. My proudest moment comes every year at graduation when I see the students and what we've been able to produce in our roles, see many of the students that I've helped graduate, and see just the great success stories that I get to see every year at graduation. Oftentimes I might jump out of my seat and shake their hand as they walk across as well. I see us continuing to help people. Every day I come in and I get to help students be successful. So in 10 years, that office will be doing the very same thing, continuing to help students be successful. We may have some new plans, we may have some new programs at that time, but the core of what we do of helping students be successful will still be there. So I would definitely be working in animal welfare. I love being out on the farm with the animals, being out in nature. I currently volunteer for 3 different animal welfare organizations as well. You know, I love to do what I do as the Dean of Students, but it's nice to get outside and help the animals once in a while as well. So I'm very fortunate to go home every night to a beautiful partner, a lovely son, and a great mother-in-law, and we'll also have a Great Dane and 2 kittens at home. Anything in the Jason Bourne trilogy, anytime I see that on TV, I gotta watch it. Ice cream is definitely my favorite food, and I'm very fortunate my son is right there with me, so whenever I need ice cream, we're out there together. Anywhere I can go for a bike ride, whenever we go on vacation, I'm always scouting out the bike routes so that once we get there, I'm on my bike right away and out exploring the territory. I'm definitely a late 80s, early 90s rap and hip hop person. So give me some Guy, Tony. And even once as a student, I got to meet KRS-One when he visited campus here at OU. Typically, my favorite book is the one I'm reading right now, but if I really had to pick one, it's Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States. My favorite season is definitely summer. I love the heat. I love the long days full of sunlight. I'm an early morning person, so I love it when the sun's coming up by 5:30 a.m. So unfortunately, I count the letters and words. So usually when people are talking and I'm trying to listen very intently, something in the back of my head keeps telling me to count the letters and the words, and it's a curse sometimes.
So that's interesting.
So that's interesting with 17 letters, because you got to count the apostrophe, you know? It's fun in a bar, that's about it. Oakland University is my home, so Oakland University definitely is my favorite place.
It was great to hear from our very own Dean of Students to learn more about him and his role on campus. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. There's a lot more Explore OU after this.
It's time to reclaim your future, to dedicate yourself to achieving your goals and accelerate your learning. We're ready to provide the flexibility you need to reimagine your career.
Learn and grow in the epicenter of Greater Metro Detroit. Fuel your community and your future with fresh ideas and new perspectives. Get connected with local companies and make a difference where it matters most. Rise up and become the leader you're always meant to be.
Welcome back. I'm Mariana Heyman, and let's get back into the show. Next, we'll cut to our coverage of OU Has Talent. The annual talent show allows any student attending the university to get up on stage and showcase their talents. Students can do anything from performing original songs, stand-up comedy, and dance routines. This year was more fun than ever. Let's check it out.
Till it's too late. Well, I've seen this one before. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand if happy's hard. Thank you.
If I wanted to see some old man's balls, I'd start going to church again. The old man with his balls out was still there. I think it was like a power thing. I think he was waiting for me to come back. I considered unzipping and try to like challenge. I needed that win, but I don't think I would have gotten that win. All right, that's my time.
Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the I'm getting loco. 내게 대체 넌 뭘 원해 미친 이 맘은 다 갖다 퍼줘도 I'm okay 하루는 천국을 갔다 왔다 가도 나라 끝까지는 밀어버려 So dangerous so dangerous I'm getting loco. I could fall so easily into love with someone I pray for from up above, who has the same values and political views, but I do not want him. I only want you.
How y'all doing tonight? Ooh, hey, I want y'all to sing it with me, okay? Say separated, separated. Why are we still separated? Sing. Say separated, separated. Why are we still separated? Hey, you should know that I think about you all the time. Have you thought about me lately? Why are we still separated? You should know that I really It's about the times we used to be happy, baby. Why can't it be like that, baby? You should know that I think about you all the time. Have you thought about me lately? Why are we still separated?
Yes. Everybody give it up one more time for every single one of our performers. Give it up one more time for Student Program Board for putting on this amazing event. We're gonna start with our third place winner, Infinity 123. Second place, Trinity Morton. People's Choice, Intrigue Hip Hop Dance Team. First place, drum roll please, we have Dion Jackson. Thanks for coming out. Have a good night, everyone.
This year's OU Has Talent was filled with so many gifted and skilled students. We cannot wait to see even more of the talent at the university next year. Our final segment today is a reoccurring Man on the Street segment, Tommy and Tyler on the Town. Tyler heads to the OC to hear about what the community thinks about the holiday season, specifically Christmas, while Tommy heads off on his own once again. Let's see what they have to say.
Today, we commemorate the life of our favorite cameraman, Sam. It's only in a few days that we would have begun our annual Hanukkah traditions with Sam. But to our great dismay, he's no longer with us. It would be much too painful to celebrate Hanukkah without him. So instead, let us celebrate Christmas.
R.I.P. Sam.
R.I.P. Sam. Merry Christmas Eve, guys.
Merry Christmas to you, and I got you this gift, but you cannot open it until you show up to one of our shoots.
I did not get you anything.
No, you gotta wait. Let's go shoot right now, and then when we come back, you can open it. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Just like the Polar Express. I knew he was real. I'm going to the North Pole.
What's up, guys? My name's Tyler, and Tommy is not here once again. He's out looking for Santa. Nobody told him. So, today in this episode, we're going to be asking some people about Christmas.
Usually holidays like Christmas are about giving. What are you excited to receive this year?
Money. I would say money if it is given to me.
Money for student debt.
A break from med school and to go on vacation to Mexico with my family.
A dog.
A dog, wow. How do you feel about the elves being constantly forced to work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to make toys for Christmas? How do you guys feel about that?
See, everyone talks about the slave labor and how the elves don't deserve it, but no one talks about the atrocity that the elves committed back in '72. I think they deserve it.
They deserved it. Do you want to elaborate on 72? I'm very ignorant on this topic. I would love to learn more.
Is it okay to talk about on the air?
I feel bad for them, and I hope that they find joy in doing what they do because they're the hardest workers out there.
They better be getting paid good money if they're working 24/7. 365, every time the earth spins, they're working.
I actually am very pro exploitation of labor. I hate unions and I hate the working class. So I think, you know what? He's got it right.
People, there he is. I don't know.
Sir, are we in the North Pole?
Dude, what?
The North Pole. It has to be near.
Bro, get off the drugs, meathead.
Man, I like hark, the herald angels are singing. Hark, the herald angels sing.
What's your favorite reindeer then?
I actually don't like reindeer.
Is Prancer one of them? Yeah, I would have to say he is my favorite just because, I don't know, he doesn't get much attention.
Blitzen, it's a pretty baller name, so.
Do you like reindeer?
I like reindeer.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Rudolph.
I'm gonna say Donner.
Do you want to elaborate on your hate for reindeer?
Yeah. So one day, I pull up in my house. I didn't know whose car this was, so I run upstairs. In my mom's bedroom is a reindeer smoking a cigarette.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I beat the reindeer. I get it in a rear naked choke, and it's a whole thing.
Oh my God. I understand your hate for reindeer.
Rudolph.
Rudolph?
Basically.
You like his movies? Yeah, I mean, no, you've never seen his movies?
That song, I think, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Is that your grandma?
Imagine if for me it's like, my mom got by a reindeer.
Oh no, this is even worse.
Santa, Jiminy Christmas. Oh, not Santa, just wearing a Santa hat.
This is the North Pole.
No, this is the woods behind OU's campus.
The bell.
The broken bell that you're just waving in front of me.
You don't hear it?
Nobody hears that.
I hear the bell. I hear the bell.
Merry Christmas. Seek help.
The elves, Polar Express, North Pole, Santa, Miss Claus, Santa!
Do you guys prefer Mr. Claus or Mrs. Claus?
Mr. Claus, gotta take it.
Mrs. Claus.
I'm gonna say Mr.
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs.
Probably say Mr., but I mean, Mr. Claus makes a killer cookie.
The North Pole.
Man, I like hark, the herald angels are singing. Hark, the herald angels.
Once again, Tommy just barely made it while helping to keep the Christmas magic alive in the process. We'll see them next in 2023, where they'll talk about New Year's. We're gonna take another quick commercial break, but we'll be back with more after this.
Change your legacy and achieve career success. Reinvent yourself and your future with an Oakland University graduate degree. Learn more at oakland.edu/grad.
Let's go. Let's energize your future with experiences that empower possibility. At Oakland University, at the heart of every program lies a pathway to self-discovery, where you'll learn by doing, whether it's in a lab, on a field, or in a community, where you can pursue your passions and be a part of something meaningful. So let's go beyond traditional thinking and discover your purpose. Learn more at oakland.edu/support.
That's all the time we have today. Be sure to check in with oakland.edu/OSI for updates on more fun and educational events happening at OU. This has been the December episode of Explore OU. I'm your host, Ariana Heyman. Thanks for watching and see you next time, OU.